Hello there, welcome back. My name is Veda, if you haven't already watched any of my videos. And I do makeup shit here on YouTube, sometimes. So I wasn't actually going to film anything today because I've been traveling all week and I'm exhausted and my body hurts and I just want to die. But I came home to a new package in the mail and I'm really excited to try this out. It's the LimeCrime Bushy Brow Pen. I hope I'm getting the name of that right. Anyways, it's the new brow pen that LimeCrime just released and I'm really excited to try it out. So I haven't even opened this package yet. I'm gonna do it right now. So this is like my first review, first impressions review, whatever. First of all, can I just say that I love LimeCrime's packaging? Look at this. It's so cute. It makes me happy every time I open their stuff. Like a couple years ago, they had a bunch of, like it was a dark rose thing and I actually cut out their logo and saved that thing because I thought it was so cute. All right. Pray to God they actually sent me the right thing. Okay, good, awesome. So this is the Bushy Brow from LimeCrime. I'm not quite ready to do my brows yet, so I'm gonna start with just prepping my skin, doing some foundation, some bronzer, and then we will try the eyeliner pen, or the eyebrow pen. I've never actually used like an actual pen on my eyebrows before, so that's gonna be a new experience and I can't wait to see if it works and if I like it. Okay, so I'm gonna start off priming my skin with the Glossier Priming Moisturizer, which is my favorite moisturizer right now, except I feel like I go through them so fast. Like, I've already bought 2 tubes of this, and usually I don't have to buy moisturizer at all, ever. And I've already had to buy 2 of these. I have so many breakouts happening right now, it's destroying my life. Like, I wanna die. This one especially right here is so painful, and the one above my lip, like I'm so upset, but I'm pretty sure it's just because I was really stressed out having traveled across the state with my friends this week. Traveling always makes me kind of like stressy skin, but this morning I put on one of these, I have these Peace Out acne patches. They're like little patches that you put on your skin when you're having a bad breakout, and I love them and they help a lot. And I just, like, I'll pop one on in the morning before I go to work and then just go to work with it because I don't wear makeup at work. And then when you get home, or when I get home, I just like peel off the skin. That's disgusting. I don't peel off my skin. I meant that I just peel off the little sticker off my zit, and it is like so much better. Like this one was massive this morning, and then I put one of the little patches on, and then I got home from work today and peeled it off, and you can actually see like how nasty the stuff is that it pulled out of your skin, and so you can tell that they're working on it. It's just really satisfying and I really love them. Again, that's the Peace Out Acne Healing Dots. Highly recommend them. Love them. They sent me this, by the way. Like I purchased their stuff myself the first time I used them, and then they sent me a free little packet of 10 more of them, which was really nice of them. Thank you. Okay, so my moisturizer is done. Let's move on to foundation. I'm always so hesitant to use expensive foundation whenever I do my YouTube videos because I am not gonna leave my house after this. Like, it's 8 p.m. I'm not going anywhere, so I'm just gonna use the CoverGirl TruBlend Matte Made foundation again in shade L20. I've used this in the last 2 videos of mine. I know that it's foundation. It's not like, it's very rare that I find a foundation that I don't like. So the only thing that I don't like about this one is how matte it is, but it's called TruBlend Matte Made, so like, it's my fault. I just don't really go for matte foundations all that often. All right, I'm just gonna buff that into my skin using my Tarte Airbrush foundation brush. I don't know if that's actually what it's called, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I'm a pale bitch. I'm a pale ass bitch. All right, from here, I'm going to go in with the Glossier, I don't know if you can actually read that or see it, but it's the GlossierRoseBalm.com. It's a little lip balm. I'm just gonna prep my lips for when we do lipstick later on. And I love the rose scent of this, it's my favorite. I was just watching a Raw Beauty Christie video and she was going on and on about how much she hated rose scents. That made me so sad because it's like my favorite smell in the whole world. I have like rose scented everything. Okay, so let's move on to concealer. I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, same thing that everybody else on the internet uses. And I'm just gonna do a couple dots under my eyes. I discovered this week that a couple little dots of this fucking concealer goes so far, and I can cover my entire face with like 3 dots. So I'm gonna try to use less of it than I have been in the past. And we'll see how far we can make this little bit go. And then I'm just gonna buff that in with my Real Technique sponge. I didn't even get this wet because I'm lazy. So this is how it blends out with a dry sponge. Okay, so now that my concealer's done, I think I'm gonna set it just a little bit with some powder. I don't think I really need to do this, but fuck it, it's the internet and everybody cakes on powder. So we'll do that too. With some powder too. Not like I really need my makeup to last at all because I'm literally just going to take it right the fuck off after I'm done with this, but who cares? I think that's like the overarching theme of my YouTube channel, like who the fuck cares? Just put some shit on your face, brother. Okay, so from here, I'm gonna just go into the brow pen because I'm really excited about it. So again, this is the Bushy Brow Precision Pen from LimeCrime. This is their little unit carton. It's really cute. First impression, I love their packaging. LimeCrime does a great job with their packaging and I appreciate them. So I'm gonna try to open it. I don't have any nails anymore, so I'm having to relearn how to use my fingers. Okay, all right, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, so I'm not actually like a super big fan of this packaging necessarily. Like, I don't know, it feels a little cheap, but I love you, LimeCrime, but it's a little cheap feeling. And I spent like $20 on this, so hopefully it's nice. Okay, I don't know if I need to shake this or not, but I'm gonna shake it just for fuck's sake. All right, on first impression, it has like a really, really fine tip. It's really nice, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it works. Let's see. Well, let's get these fucking bushy ass bangs out of the way. Okay, so I'm just gonna brush my little brows up like I normally do with the little spoolie, and then I'm gonna go in and see how this works. I don't really know how to use this, but all right, so I made a couple like really blobby little things at first, so I'm just gonna try to use a little bit lighter of a hand here. Okay, so upon first impression, it seems to make really nice fine lines. However, when you first press it down, I'm noticing that it's a little bit like more blobby at the very bottom, and it's kind of hard to control that, but like the rest of the stroke is nice. That's what she said. So I think if you don't do it like straight on, and you do it more from like the side, I think it works a little bit better. That's what I'm trying now. I'm gonna try to get a little bit closer so you can see this. And I'm just kind of following where my hair naturally grows. It seems to dry out a little bit. All right, I'm just kind of making tiny hair-like strokes. I feel like doing my brows like this is gonna take me a lot longer than if I just take a powder and do it. But at the same time, it's like, this looks like fucking microblading. Like, it looks very precise, and all of the lines are like very similar to how you would see like somebody with a microblading done. I've never had my eyebrows microbladed, but this is how I think it would look if I were to get my eyebrows microbladed, which I think a lot of people are jumping on that whole microblading trend. I'm gonna brush my brows a little bit more, see if that like makes it a little more natural looking, which I think it does. Yeah, from far away, this looks like how I would normally do my brows. Like, it's, you know, it's not super aggressive like Nikki Tutorials would do. Not saying that Nikki Tutorials eyebrows are bad, they're just not my style. They're just very Instagram thing, and that's not what I'm getting from this so far. I'm nervous about it drying out, so I keep wanting to like put the pen cap back on, but I don't really know if that actually does anything, so. Yeah, so far I really like it. I guess there's not much more else to say other than that, but you know, you can kind of tell the difference for yourself. I don't know if you can see this, but that's before any eyebrow shit. That's after the precise, I'm never gonna remember this name. Bushy Brow Precision Pen. Bushy Brow Precision Pen. And then I'm gonna, I guess I could do the other eyebrow, because that's what people normally do. Don't normally leave the house with just one eyebrow. So let's try this eyebrow again with a little pen. I'm gonna brush my eyebrow hairs up just like I did on the last one. And I'm gonna go in with little strokes in the direction of my hair growth. I can see myself using this for like the front half of my brow where I actually really like those little hair-like strokes, but for the like tail end of my brow, I don't care that much about how like nice and fine the little hairs are. Like I like the tail end of my brow to be more sharp and more precise. So I'm gonna do a little bit longer strokes on my tail. That's what she said. Yeah, so far this just looks really natural and nice. And I really like it for the front end of my brow, which I have a really hard time making those nice hair-like strokes with the little eyebrow brush that I normally use with my Anastasia dip brow powder. I don't know why I call it dip brow powder. It is not dip brow powder. It is just powder. It's just their brow powder. That's what I normally use. Fuck me, dude. Yeah, that looks fucking nice. Obviously this is just my first impressions and I'll have to like actually use the product a couple more times just to see if I actually like it. It does seem to maybe add a little bit of time to my brows. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not. I do feel like I did that pretty quickly, but it also does feel a little more like I'm scared of it because I don't know how to use it quite yet. Yeah, I wish the packaging was just a little bit nicer here. Like the unit carton was super cute, but like this could feel a little heavier. It could feel like I actually spent $20 on a brow product. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in the milk. I'm gonna throw in the milk. I'm gonna throw on the Milk Kush Fiber Brow Gel just to set my brow hairs in place. This looks pretty good. This looks about how I would normally want my brows to look. And I also don't feel like I really need to go in and clean anything up with concealer, so that's nice. So maybe it has like taken some time off my brow routine. Okay, so I think from here I'm gonna do kind of like a fall themed look like everybody else is doing on the internet right now. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette. It looks like this, if you've never seen it before, which you should have seen this before if you pay attention to YouTube. Okay. And I'm just gonna go in with a blending brush and I'm going to put that Unity color, which is that like nice little yellowy color right here. I'm gonna put that all over my lid and I'm just winging this. Like I don't really know what I'm doing at all, but sometimes I like using this all over my lid. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm probably gonna keep it kind of simple because really this video is all about that brow pen, but I also wanted to play with makeup. So I didn't wanna just do my eyebrows. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the shade Parallel, which is this little brown shade right here. And I'm gonna bring that into my crease, mostly the outer third of my crease. And I'm using just like a shader brush. I don't know where this brush came from or who did it. And I'm just gonna go on the entire outer third of my eye. And I'm gonna blend it a little bit into the crease, but I'm using a really light hand, so I'm not gonna get like super dark into the crease just yet. I'm just gonna pick a little bit more on my brush. And wiggle that back and forth, go a little bit into my crease, again using a very light hand. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. This is just gonna be a very quick fall inspired kind of mustardy look using this palette. So from there, I'm just gonna find a bigger blending brush and I'm just gonna buff that all over the place. I'm not being very precise at all. I just want everything to be very smoky and blown out. This is gonna be like a typical warm toned brown smoky eye. But we'll do a dark lip so it's very like fall feeling. Okay, so from here, I think I'm gonna go in with that brush is dirty. I'm gonna go in with a like here, this little Morphe brush. How do people, I have too much stuff in my hands. This little Morphe brush. I don't know what this Morphe brush is called, but I'm gonna use it. All right, I'm gonna go in with that Parallel shade again, and I'm just going to dot this along my upper lash line. It might be too light, we'll see. I might have to go into Obsidian. Ooh, so I just noticed something on my my Prism palette. The word Obsidian is off center, and that's gonna drive me nuts for the rest of my life. Ah, I wish I would have never noticed that. And now I'm noticing that like half of these are off center. Anastasia, what are you doing? Ugh. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing on my other side. And I think I am gonna go in with that Obsidian shade just to deepen that up a little bit. So I'm gonna go in with the Obsidian off-centered ass bitch. Nice little black shade. You can use any matte black shade you have. I'm just gonna do like a soft little like line on my upper lash line. And I'm not trying to be like overly precise with this. Like I don't care too much to make it perfect. Then I'm gonna go in with my little blending brush. It doesn't have any product on it. And I'm gonna go over that and just soften it up so it's nice and like blown out a little bit. No harsh lines here. I think that just like deepens up your little lash line a little bit, and it's kind of nice. I like it. I'm gonna go in with that same brown parallel shade again, and I'm going to run that along my lower lash line really quickly. Again, I'm not being very precise with this. I'm barely looking at a mirror just to make it kind of smoky. I'm gonna flip my brush around to the blending side, run that along, blend it out. That looks good the fuck enough. Good the fuck enough. So from there, I'm gonna go in with my CoverGirl Flourish by Lash Blast mascara. I've been loving this mascara lately. At first, I didn't really care for the brush very much, but I have not gotten any of that like transfer above my lid since I started using this mascara, and I really appreciate that. And it doesn't flake off, and it lasts all day, and it looks good. I like it. Thank you, CoverGirl, for sending it to me. Rubbing that along my lashes. I think mascara is pretty self-explanatory, so I don't really have to walk you through this, hopefully. You know, when I was in art school, I went to the Art Institute of San Antonio for about a year and then I dropped out. But when I was in art school, we had one class where, first of all, this is art school. So you'd think that everybody in the school would be like interested in art and like know how to do art, just like a little bit, right? You'd think. But this bitch, she didn't know how to make a 1 inch by 1 inch grid. So like you draw a line, you go down an inch, draw another line, and then you do the same thing but vertically. She didn't know how to do that. And so we had to dumb down our entire class just for her because she didn't know what any of the terms were or how to do anything. And it made me so upset. And that's like part of the reason why I dropped out of art school. Was like I had a Photoshop class that was like required, but I'd been using Photoshop since I was like 11, but the class was required and I couldn't just like test out of it. And literally I felt like I was teaching my classes and I just was wasting money. I was spending like $200 a month while I was in school. I just got mascara on my face. But yeah, and then I felt like I was teaching my classes, so it just felt like an overall waste of money. Although I did have one really awesome professor named David McDermott, and he was wonderful, and I still use a lot of the stuff that he taught me to this day. I really appreciated him, even though he made me cry a couple times, but he's wonderful. And I'm friends with him on Facebook, and he's awesome. And I just shouts out to you, D McDermott. Okay, so I'm gonna like rub away that little mascara chunk that I got on my face. I usually just like will use my finger or like a beauty blender, this little can reveal techniques thing. I'll just dot a little bit more concealer where I fucked up. I know I put powder there already, but it doesn't really seem to do anything. It's just a little bit. Yeah, it looks better. All right, so from here, I'm gonna go in with some bronzer. I'm gonna use the Too Faced Cosmetics Milk Chocolate Bronzer, and I'm just going to dust that along the perimeter of my face just to warm me up a little bit, make me less like a pale ass fucking ghost bitch. I'm not really using it to contour as much as I am just like to warm up the face because it's kind of red toned on me. And I know I have bangs, but I'm still doing my forehead, and you can go fuck yourself. And all right, let's find some blush. I'm gonna use the same brush that I just used because I don't have time for that. And I'm gonna go, fucker. I have the hands of a fucking squirrel, I swear to God. Why is this so difficult? God damn it. Okay, got it. Jesus, this is the Milani Luminoso blush, and it's like the only blush I use lately. Although sometimes I'll try to dip into my NARS ones, but all blush looks the same. Let's be real. So I'm just dusting that along the upper side of my face, the apples of my cheeks, and along my jaw. Fuck me. I just dusted that, not on my jaw, not on the upper side of my face, but across the bridge of my nose and on the apples of my cheeks and up. Fuck. I was doing so well. Okay, so now the blush is done. I'm gonna throw some highlighter on, I'm gonna throw some setting spray on, and then I'm gonna find a dark ass lipstick, and we're gonna finish this fall makeup up, bitch. I don't know why I'm so fired up today, but like, I just have some fucking energy, man. Okay, I'm going to use the Becca Cosmetics Champagne Pop highlighter again for the millionth time on this channel, even though I only have 3 videos. So I'm just dusting that on my nose. You'll find that I'm not like a very precise person. Like I'm not like James Charles with like a tiny pencil brush, like dotting the tip of my nose. I use like a pretty big brush for this. I just put it everywhere. I'm not like obsessed with having like a super thin nose or anything like that. So I don't really care too much to have a very like precise highlighting application. I just don't care. Not to say that he's not real, but I'm like a fucking real human and I just don't have, like I don't care about that, you know? Let's go in with I have the MAC Cosmetics matte lipstick in Sin, and this is the Rocky Horror Picture Show edition, but I'm sure that Sin still exists. I don't think that was a limited edition shade, just limited edition packaging. I'm gonna go in with that, straight from the tube, onto these gorgeous lips of mine. It's just like a beautiful burgundy color. I don't wear this color too much because I'm not a huge fan of this formula of lipstick. It's just very dry, but it is pretty. I'm sorry, this takes a lot of effort. It looks like shit. It's okay, it'll come together in the end. Dark makeup application is a struggle. And when I say dark makeup application, I mean dark lipstick application. Jesus fucking Christ, god damn it, motherfucker. Oh. So this looks like shit, so I'm gonna go in with some concealer to clean up the edges, using a tiny little paintbrush from Craft Warehouse that doesn't exist anymore. Just gonna dot some of that on my hand, picking my concealer up with said paintbrush, and I'm gonna clean up this lines. I'm gonna clean up this lines. Oh, god damn it. Oh, welcome to my fuck ups. This is great, this is so great, this is just wonderful. I need a little more concealer than I originally intended because I had lipstick all over my finger and I just rubbed my face. All right, I'm gonna pretend that didn't happen. I'm like shaking because I'm trying so hard to make this good. Ah. How are you guys enjoying the new Shane Dawson series, by the way? Anybody excited about it? Because I'm fucking excited about it. I don't give a shit about Jake Paul, but I love learning about like sociopaths and psychopaths. I'm a really big fan of like serial killers and those kinds of documentaries and shit, and like true crime, and I just get, oof. I'm so excited to figure out like what this is all about. And I know like while I was watching it, all I was doing was like thinking of all the people that I know who are probably sociopaths. Like one of my exes was definitely a fucking sociopath, like a fucking sociopath to the max. Like I'm still in therapy trying to deal with all of the shit, and it was like 2.5 years ago. Like it was whew, so much. Thank you, Shane Dawson, for doing this series. If you haven't seen it already, like go look at Shane, like Are You Under a Rock? Just go look at Shane Dawson's channel. It's, I mean, he hasn't done anything like crazy in it yet, and he's just mostly talking about like what a sociopath is and like all of Jake Paul's like prior transgressions and all of the bad things he's done so far in his life. So like I'm just like really excited to figure out where he's going with this. Okay, my lips still look like ass, guiding a milk mustache. Okay, then I'm just gonna find a brush and blend that out. It's a little concealer brush, but it's big. I just said this is a little concealer brush, but it's big. Can we just like, oh, goddamn. All right, well, I'm not gonna spend too much longer on this because I don't wanna kill myself. And it looks fine. Like it's not perfect, but I can guarantee you it's probably better than anything you're seeing at a grocery store. Maybe, depending on who you go grocery shopping with. I'm gonna put a little more concealer on these little zits. I vow to not eat McDonald's this week, or this next week, I guess, for my skin's sake. All right, so that's what this looks like. I'm gonna this isn't a setting spray, but it is a face mist. It's the Glossier Soothing Face Mist. Can you tell that I'm a Glossier whore? Like, my first impression of this face mist was that I fucking loved it and that it was like the same smell as the Fresh face mist, this one. That's like $40 fucking and way too expensive. But at first I was like, yes, this is so much better, like fuck yeah. However, the nozzle, like the spray is so fine that every time I breathe in right after doing like a couple spritz, a couple sprays of it, it just like gets into my nose and then it burns and it hurts. So I have to like be sure to hold my breath for a little bit after I spray that stuff on my face so that I don't like die. But anyway, so this is the fall inspired look that I came up with today. It's very basic, very easy, super quick, minus the lips. If you are good at lip application, this is nothing for you. But yeah, that's what I came up with. And then as far as the brow pen goes, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan and I would recommend picking it up. We'll see how I like it like down the road. We'll see how long it lasts or whatever, and maybe I'll try to update you guys on that. But so far, first impressions, I really enjoy the Bushy Brow Precision Pen from LimeCrime Cosmetics. And that's my thoughts. You're welcome. I'm sure you didn't really care that much, but anyways, you can follow me on Instagram. That's where I mostly live. That's where most of my life is spent. If you haven't subscribed already and you would like to, please hit that fucking subscribe button, my friends. And I will see you on the next video. Thank you. And yeah, do whatever the fuck you want with your life. Okay, bye.